Hey, what you say, food family? Mike here, and welcome back to the channel for another great culinary adventure. Today we're making one of my favorite appetizers or snacks for almost any occasion, garlic butter shrimp. Whether you got a bunch of friends over crowded around the TV watching the big game, or everybody's just waiting on those ribs or that brisket to finish up in the smoker, this garlic butter shrimp is quick and easy and will satisfy everyone. So if that sounds good to you, stick around and I'll show you how it's done. Let's get cooking. Alright folks, as you can see, I'll be using some frozen shrimp here today that's already been peeled and deveined. And if I've told you once, I've told you a million times, if you're using frozen shrimp, pull it out of the freezer 4 or 5 hours before you plan on cooking. Put it in a colander like this, run it in some cold water to get that extra ice off, and then sit it over a bowl and put this in your fridge and just let it drain for a few hours until you're ready to cook. That's the best way to thaw your frozen shrimp. It doesn't need to sit in those nasty juices in a bag for a day or overnight or whatever. Now, if you're lucky enough to live near the coast to get some fresh shrimp, by all means, use that. I'm here in tropical South Dakota, so frozen shrimp it is. So I've already drained off the extra juices off this one, so I'm just going to go ahead and dump my shrimp in my bowl and set this aside. Now you can season your shrimp just about any way you want. Today I'm keeping things very simple and I'm just going to use the classic Old Bay seasoning. So throw some of this on my shrimp here. And then I'm just going to toss it to coat everything evenly. You don't need a ton of seasoning in there. We are going mostly garlic and butter, hence the name garlic butter shrimp. But of course you want to add a few more layers of flavor in there. We don't want to just stick with just plain garlic butter now, do we? Alright, just that simple. My shrimp has been seasoned. And we'll set this aside, we'll bring out the pot to cook it in, and we'll get to the next step. And now that our shrimp has been seasoned with the Old Bay or wherever you chose to use, all we got to do is we're going to melt some butter in this large pan and saute the shrimp for 2, 3, maybe 4 minutes max until it just turns pink all the way through. We don't want to overcook it. No one likes overcooked shrimp. So that being said, as soon as it's done cooking, slide that shrimp out into a clean bowl or pan, because this pan will stay hot and it'll keep cooking even if you take it off the heat. So make sure you pull the shrimp out of the pan, but we're going to keep using that leftover butter and juices. So don't do anything with that quite yet. As you can see from that close-up, the shrimp is about 3/4 of the way cooked. It's starting to turn pink. There's still a few pieces that aren't quite there, but we're actually going to add this back to the pot. For right now, we want to pull this out and set it in this clean bowl. Alright folks, we'll remove the shrimp from our hot pan so it doesn't overcook. Next step we're going to do is we're going to saute a metric dump truck load of minced garlic. And I'm going big today, folks. Check that out. Now you can check the link in the description below. It'll give you a more reasonable amount per pound of shrimp how much garlic you want to use. But hey, to each their own. I hate vampires, so I'm going big today. So I'm going to saute this garlic, and then we're going to add a little bit of chicken stock and reduce that down to make a thick sauce. And then we're going to put our shrimp back in. Now, as you saw there in the close-up, we sauteed that garlic for a minute, we added our chicken stock, and we let that reduce down by about half. Now, you want to keep cooking that till you can drag your spoon or your ladle, whatever you're using, across the bottom of the pan, and the pan will actually still show for a few seconds. That means you're about thick enough. So, other than that, the only thing left we got to do is add our shrimp back to this delicious garlic butter sauce. Now what I'm going to do is let the residual heat of this pan and that sauce finish cooking this shrimp. That's probably only cooked it to about half to 3/4 of the way done earlier. You don't want it fully cooked before. You can also just pour the sauce over your shrimp in the bowl if you want. I think this helps it soak up a little bit better, a little more evenly coated. You can get all those bits of garlic all over the shrimp. Try to stir this around a minute. Let those flavors start to come together and that shrimp finish cooking the final 45 seconds to a minute. That's really all it takes. And I'll get this plated up. We'll come back and give it a taste test and see how we did. Okay folks, I got everything plated up here. If you're having a big party, you probably just want to leave it in a big bowl like this for your guests just to dig into. There's no point in putting out a million plates. But speaking of which, after you dish out your shrimp, you're probably going to have a lot of that delicious garlic butter left in the bottom of your pan. By all means, don't dump that down the drain. Put it in a small bowl. Put it out to serve with the shrimp for your guests to dip in. Or keep that, put it in the fridge. Next time you have pizza or whatever, you want to dip in some delicious garlic butter. This sauce will do it. Yeah, it may have a little shrimpy taste to it, but you'll get over it. That being said, nothing left to do here but give this shrimp a taste test. That's hands down the most garlicky, buttery shrimp you'll ever come across in your life. It is just so good, so simple, so easy. We made this in what today, folks? 5, 6, 7 minutes. Depending if you had to do a couple batches on your shrimp, how much you're cooking. It's quick. Either way, start to finish, 10 minutes, you're in and out the door, and your guests are eating, enjoying everything, watching the game on the TV, or they're just waiting on the food to finish up outside off the grill or the smoker. This shrimp is the perfect appetizer or snack to have keep everyone satisfied. If you like what I made here today, this delicious garlic butter shrimp, be sure to like and subscribe for more great content just like this. And while you're at it, click those links in the description below. They'll send you to the site with the directions, recipes, ingredients, amounts, everything you need to know so you can make this amazing, delicious garlic butter shrimp at home the next time you're hosting an event for your friends, watching the big game, or having a barbecue. That being said, Mike here signing off, and until next time, just keep cooking.